Hey guys, Brad here with Custom Offsets TV on YouTube.com. This is going to be an episode of Hot New Suspension, similar to one we already did, but a little different. This is a 6-inch BDS kit for 14 and up GM half-ton trucks, so Silverado 1500 and Sierra 1500. We did a 6-inch before, but this one is different because the customer got the optional add leafs and he stuck with the basic BDS NX2 nitro shocks rather than the Fox upgrades. But we'll run through the kit again in terms of what all you get and what is included. We'll start off with the lower control arm drop cross members. This is going to be the frontmost cross member for the lower control arms, and this is going to be the rearmost one. You can see here there's a spot for this differential brace to go. We're actually go in here like this, connect to that one to brace the front differential, because you're going to drop it down with these differential drop brackets. So we got differential drop brackets to drop the diff down, the support piece, which is really nice to keep the diff supported in there and, you know, gusseted properly so it's not moving around or flexing under load. Moving on to the knuckles here, you get BDS's forged lift knuckles here. They're nice pieces, nicely powder coated in black. For the CV axles, they give you these CV axle spacers so you're not overextending the CV axles. And then, should mention this, the BDS kit comes with this here, which is going to be their lift strut, so that in the front end, they're not going to use a spacer on top of the strut to achieve the lift up front. They rather use a full replacement strut up front to achieve the 6 inches of lift. So you will have to compress your old spring, remove the spring, and put it on to the new strut. I think that about covers. They also, BDS gives you these new outer tie rod ends, which is nice, so you don't have to mess with cutting the old ones and cutting your inners and stuff like that. They just give you the proper ones that you need and you're ready to go. That's pretty much it for the front of the truck. Of course we got our skid plates and such. You got your two differential. This is going to be the one differential skid plate. That's going to be another differential skid plate, and this is going to be the front skid plate. And that pretty much covers the front of the truck. Moving back to the back of the truck for suspension wise, we got the standard lift blocks in the rear. This customer chose to get the optional add a leaf to bring the rear end up even higher, and he probably is planning on doing some towing and stuff like that. So guys will get the add a leaves to keep the rear end from sagging when you hook up a heavy trailer to the back. And then, like I said before, we got the standard NX2 shocks, which are BDS's standard nitro shock that comes in the base price of every lift kit, unless otherwise noted. Got a bunch of hardware here. They also include longer sway bar end links for the front as well, to keep your sway bar at the proper angle. Other relocation brackets. This is going to be for the leaf springs and such. But yeah, we got all the hardware bagged up. New U-bolts for the rear, and I think that's pretty much it. Another thing I guess I should probably talk about is on the 14 and up GM half-ton trucks, there's 3 different control arm configurations that GM uses, and you need to know what style your truck has before you can purchase the right lift kit. There's cast steel, cast aluminum, and stamped steel. This particular truck here, it might be a little hard to see, but it's they're painted black, and they're kind of a faded look. A lot of times they'll get a little rusty, and those are going to be the cast iron control arms, or the cast steel control arms. And that's what this particular truck has, but there's also 2 other options. And we get confusion with that a lot of times because people are sometimes unsure of what control arm they actually have. And so I always just tell people, if you're not sure, just email us a picture of it and we'll be able to tell for you. But once you have that figured out, then you can choose the proper kit. Like I said, this is going to be the BDS 6-inch for 2014 and up GM half-ton trucks, Silverado and Sierra 1500. I think that's about it, pretty much. Like I said, we had another video on a 6-inch, but that did not include That video was with Fox shocks and there was no ad leafs. So this kit is a little different. These ad leafs are an option. I believe they're about $55 or so, but yep, that's about it. We're gonna go install this on the truck. Mario's gonna throw things at me, and yeah, we're done.